Do you often find yourself late, disorganized, overwhelmed by your responsibilities? Last month, I was getting out of the car, and right after I shut the door lock, I realized that I had left the keys inside. I couldn't believe that this was the third time this happened to me this year, and I could see the disappointment in my dad's eyes, even though he didn't say anything. The rest of that day, I was full of stress, I felt criticized, even by my family, and I felt insecure. Attention Deficit Disorder, or ADD, which is the acronym, is a neurodevelopmental psychiatric disorder in which there are significant problems with executive functions. And today, I want to talk about a certain type of disorder which is inattentive. This means it does not include hyperactivity and the emotional difficulties that it has among adults. I haven't been diagnosed with ADD, but judging on the symptoms and the unpleasant experiences that I've had throughout my life, I'm pretty sure I do have it. According to the Health magazine, 4% of adults have ADD, and many others have it but have not been diagnosed. One thing that I noticed from the questionnaires that you guys handed back to me was that most of you, do not know much about ADD, and I would like you to be informed about this matter because if not you, but one of your family members or relatives could be suffering the emotional difficulties of ADD and not be aware. The three main emotional difficulties of ADD are low self-esteem, rejection-sensitive dysphoria, and stress. So let's start with low self-esteem. The main reason why adults with ADD have a low self-esteem is because they've probably been receiving negative comments throughout their life every time they make mistakes. And this results in three main negative consequences. The first one is underestimating oneself. This is thinking that others are better all the time, even when they're not. The second consequence is creating a protective fail-safe code. This is avoiding any difficult task or situation whenever possible. The third consequence of low self-esteem, main consequence, is being highly critical on oneself and achievements. Even if you do have achievements, even if you do good things, you will always be judging yourself on the bad ones. The second emotional difficulty that adults with ADD suffer is rejection-sensitive dysphoria. And RSD. One of the causes of RSD is the atypical depression, which is the nervous system immediate response to the trigger of rejection. Another cause of RSD is disapproval. An ADDer is much more sensitive to disapproval than a normal person is. And finally, the low self-esteem and rejection-sensitive dysphoria lead to our third point, or to the third emotional difficulty, which is stress. Everybody feels stress. Stress can help us in difficult situations that require attention, like a speech. But stress turns bad when it's bigger than our ability to act. And ADD presents ongoing challenges such as forgetting instructions, forgetting appointments, or even special dates. And these challenges can make stress go out of control, resulting in depression, feeling anxious, and having negative thoughts almost all the time. So as we have seen, low self-esteem, rejection-sensitive dysphoria, and stress are the three main emotional difficulties caused by ADD, and they can really make a person's life difficult. However, there are ways to gain control over this disorder, such as getting plenty of sleep, creating one's own strategies to improve life management, or searching professional help in a worst-case scenario. So, if you too are frequently leaving the car keys inside with doors locked, don't give up strength. And remember that with effort and a bit of extra concentration, all the emotional problems of ADD can be dealt with.